Why is Zillow banning listings that were on the private network?
This simplifies it, but monopoly. One company takes control over what listings show, which agents appear, who gets visibility, how information is shared. That isn't transparency for consumers. That's coercion into seeing what they want you to see. And it's scary.
Sellers should have the right to market their property how they please.
However they please.
In many cases, going straight to the market might get you the highest price. And in other cases, going private might get you a higher price. Or a seller may choose to do a private listing for a host of reasons that make sense for them and their family. Because it's not all about price for every seller.
It isn't. And homes aren't a commodity. This isn't just supply and demand. It has a lot more to do with the emotional experience, in addition to all the other factors that go into it, from the market, the neighborhood, the streets, the views. Everything you're saying is that choice and that transparency needs to be right for the seller. And that's not a formulaic one size fits Zillow.
The two things buyers really need to know. Number one, Zillow does not have all the listings. And number two, the information is often inaccurate. So the first thing, the most important thing, is this illusion of access.
That every listing is on Zillow.
That's what most buyers think. But let's talk about that, because that is not the case.
There are multiple different avenues that a seller can take to go to market. For example, we're Compass. We have Compass private exclusives. There's word of mouth. There's for sale by owners. There's a lot of different ways. But the most interesting thing is
Zillow is now banning active listings.
Yes.
That have been on the private listing network for 24 hours or more.
The Zillow platform is trying to enforce rules that benefit them having the listing. And if you don't play by those rules,
you're banned.
Zillow will say, well, then you don't get to be on Zillow.
Isn't that crazy that a listing that is on the private listing network, which a lot of them are, will not be on Zillow when it's active, which means now you're not only not seeing private listings, but you're also not seeing all the active listings. Let's go on to the accuracy of Zillow. Let's just start with those damn Zestimates.
Zestimates.
We all know they are computer generated, analyzing the value of your home. They haven't seen your home. They don't know how it shows.
Yeah,
or
the view out your windows,
correct.
Your neighbors' proproperties.
So that in of itself, I think, just puts buyers in the wrong mindset. And this I thought was very ironic and funny when it came out. The CEO of Zillow sold his home for 40 40% less than what the Zestimate was.
That's bananas.
We know a lot of the numerics on there are inaccurate.
And that's a lot to be relying on when you are thinking about an investment of this nature. I think we all are wanted to think that it was a great resource, but then you're starting to see the peek behind the curtain.
Let's move on to sellers. We did pull a listing up on Zillow. Let's dive into this listing because it's interesting.
The intro image that you see. I like to pick the order of my photos. This second photo I see looks like of a weird brick wall. The listing agent has no control anymore as soon as it goes to Zillow. So as a seller, I'm kind of disappointed in being like, gosh, that's not the first photo I want people to see.
Let's look at that nearby schools. They use this greatschools.org rating, for whatever reason, adopted as the holy grail for schools. I have buyers that say, I don't want to look at that house. The school's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, greatschools.org is a reputable source, but it is based on limited amounts of data and is not accurate as to what people are experiencing in the neighborhood.
That's right.
So what we have here is that it starts to tell you more about the Z estimate. So it is listed at $1,250,000. The Z estimate is almost there, a little bit shy by $600. That already has an idea in buyers' heads. Like, oh, I could get it at ask price. Things are going over list these days, but I could get this at this price.
Look at this one, Offer Insights. So it tells the buyer what a strong, competitive, moderate, or weak offer. This particular listing the list price is 1.25, an offer of 1.2, you have a 90% chance of winning. Guess what this closed for? Not 1.2, 1.31. So $110,000 over what they're saying has a 90% chance of winning. So if you were a buyer and you followed this,
you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Very disappointed.
If this was your dream home and you did have the means to do it, that disappointment of going through the emotional roller coaster of submitting an offer and trying to win, but Zillow, who's never seen the competition, doesn't understand what it's talking about and is misguiding you.
So for a seller, you do not want that there.
Because all of a sudden, from the sell perspective, you're like, why am I getting these lowball offers when all of a sudden people who aren't just listening to the Zillow data probably have great top agents working for them who understand how to interpret the market and the data and are saying, you want this house, this is how competitive it's really going to be, giving you a real world perspective.